and welcome to Experience Cleveland County, a show all about the Cleveland County Chamber and our partners working together to make this a better community to live, work, and play. I am Jackie Sibley Newton, your host. We are on the set at C19 at Cleveland Community College, and this is a broadcast service of Time Warner Cable, but you can view it online for a limited time by going to the Cleveland Community College website and looking at C19, and you'll see all the links for all the shows that are produced. You can even share that on social media if you have someone you'd like to see the show who might have missed it. As I said, I'm Jackie Sibley Newton, your host, and today my guest is Phil Sprio, right?
That's right. Thank you, Jackie.
And you're with Metal Works Mfg.
That's correct, Metal Works.
Which is one of the fastest growing industries in Cleveland County. It grew from not really even a small business, but it's really grown in the past, just this year.
Yep, we've really, you may know it as Ultra Armoring. Mm-hmm. We still operate Ultra Armoring, and we purchased those facilities from Frank Stewart. So it's been fun to keep a company here and then of course to grow it.
And I know the employees appreciate that as well. And I've met some of the employees there, and they're very dedicated and proud of where they work.
Sure.
So tell me, what does your company make? Because the general public may not know anything about Metal Works. So
Sure.
What is it that you do?
Well, one of the things we're really proud of is we really have 3 businesses under that roof. They're all related in that they all make things to keep folks safe. So on the Man Lift side, which is one of our brands, we make aerial equipment, scissor lifts, boom lifts, not quite the commodity stuff that you'd see in the rental yard. These are kind of highly engineered and very special. So when Boeing makes an aircraft, as an example, they'll use one of our lifts, which is made to operate in a paint hanger where you have an explosive hazard. So it's a very kind of niche piece of equipment. Things like machinery carts that move engines around at a facility like a Caterpillar plant, so a lot of stuff where our engineers take something and kind of trick it up and make it fit an application better. And that of course keeps our workers safe. Right. On the other end, we have a really cool defense business, which is the old Ultra Armoring.
The armored vehicles.
Yeah, so really neat armored vehicles and armored cabins for a Marine who's using a piece of telehandler or a piece of material handling equipment. So again, that same theme of keeping, in that case, our warfighters safe. And we do contracts with people like our special forces and others where we don't talk about those sort of too much, right?
What you're doing, exactly. We don't need to know what those are.
Exactly.
We just need to know that you're keeping our men and women safe.
Right. But I like to always talk about why, because it's so important. Our employees, besides obviously thrilled that we're there and we're working, they take a lot of pride in what we provide to them. They
really do. I got to tour that facility one time, and just the pride in them being able to say, at that time, no one had ever been fatally injured in a vehicle that they had manufactured, and they were really proud of that. They were proud to be supporting and keeping our armed forces safe, and they take that job very seriously.
Well, it's a serious obligation too. You know, when we talk about manufacturing, you always have your quality standards, of course, and you hope that everything you make is quality. But you know, we have this sort of culture that if there's any doubt, you know, we're not gonna ship something out, because we know how serious it is when it's, you know, out in the real world being used.
People's lives are in jeopardy there. So
yeah, and we've got a lot of nice notes and pictures of things. It's really rewarding to see your stuff being used that way and hearing from the family. You know, that kind of stuff.
And to know that, and I think that was what I sensed from the employees, is they couldn't be there, but they were here and they were doing something, and they were very proud to be part of that. And even the specialized business that you do, so any company that needs a specialized piece of equipment can call you, and you work with their engineers, or you have engineers to do that? We
do both ways. We have about 8 engineers. We just recently added a couple more. It's always a good news report. A lot of things they might give us a print. So the third business in there, besides the equipment and the defense, is contract manufacturing, all that really cool equipment just churning all the time. So some companies, a company like Norfolk Southern or Cobalco or Deere, or someone who needs our unique capability, might give us a print and say, make these parts for us. On the other side, they might come and say, I have to figure this out, I don't know how to do it, and our engineers will find a solution. So
Very cool.
Yeah,
So it changes constantly.
It does.
And I think that might be a misconception with people who do that type of work, to think, oh, it's assembly line, or oh, I'm going to be
Right.
sitting doing the same thing all the time. But
Right.
it seems like that's really not at all what's going
It's
on.
a great point, Jackie. It's not only is it not the same, it's really skilled. We have folks who understand metal and how to bend it and how to fabricate it and how to weld it. And that sounds easy, but it's really not. They're really highly skilled folks. So
Yeah, that's really an art form. My
Yes,
brother
it
was a
is.
welder, and I knew the
There you
stuff
go.
that he created, a lot of art, when he wasn't creating what he was supposed to be creating. And so he had the home thing, and he could build amazing things, but it was always amazing to me that he knew exactly how that was going to go. And I know that's an art.
It is.
To know exactly how much heat or how much
Yep.
they know.
Something as simple as a piece of armor, if you apply heat to it, you're actually changing the characteristics of the metal. So not putting so much heat into it that it causes it to fail is a great example of, really, it's not just putting a weld somewhere, it's really understanding what you're doing.
Very scientific and
It is.
strategic.
It
And
is. And one of the reasons we came to Shelby, of course, is we had those workers here. We really we inherited just a great workforce, and we've added a lot of them.
almost double.
Yeah, we really did. We came at about March, and there were about 60, give or take. And we're probably closing in on 190 today.
More than
So
double.
It's really, and those have been kind of inside the shop, skilled like welding, but also we did a great manufacturing day, and the high schools came out.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, it
Talk
was-
about that, because that was really, I heard great things
Oh,
about that. And
good.
I was in kind of in the back end of hearing the planning for that to go on. So tell
Thank
us
you.
about that.
Well, we enjoyed it. I think they got some value out of it, but I know we enjoyed it. It was a chance to say to the community that manufacturing is really not, first of all, it's not going away. You don't need to be saying, well, we shouldn't be in manufacturing because there's no future, because there's a big future in manufacturing, and we're seeing that here in America. We're seeing more and more products coming back onshore, back to the States to be made because of really quality issues, more and more security issues. The economy's kind of finally turning in the right direction for
Yeah.
us, we hope. I mean, and Manufacturing Day was a chance to tell these high school guys and girls, take a look at manufacturing. And I went through kind of a hit parade of some of our great employees, and I talked about people who do sourcing and purchasing and accounting and all the different things in our quality department. And so when you think of our manufacturing business, it truly is there isn't an area or a specialty or a skill set in the business world that we don't have a need for.
Need those,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I work with Girl Scouts, and we try to emphasize that with girls, that it's not just a man's world.
Absolutely.
Women can do these things too,
Yes.
but there's also the jobs that are in the office, if that's
Sure.
what you're interested in.
Well, and we have a woman who is just tremendous at her job. She's a manufacturing engineer. She helps us route a project through the whole shop so that we build it in the right order, the most efficient way. Sometimes it's what we call nesting, so taking different customers made out of the same material and getting it all cut so there's less waste. I mean, that's a great example where that may not be perceived to be a female in that role, but she is
Yeah.
just awesome.
Girls can do anything.
That's right.
Now, you work with the workforce development here in Cleveland
We do.
County, and I know that that's an important resource
Right.
for people coming into Cleveland County. They want to know, I'm not going to put my business here if you don't already have those workers. So how does that work with your business? How does that benefit?
We want to do a couple things. We want to make sure that there is other folks in the community, whether it's community college is usually the #1 place that this happens, but we're even pushing it out to the high schools a little bit. We want to make sure there's vocational training. We will help. We will provide welder training. We will provide testing and certification for welders. And really that applies across disciplines. So if the community college will work with us, we will also provide a lot of that training. And in a place like Shelby, we have been just welcomed with big wide arms, which has been tremendous. I mean,
That's great.
it's fun to be somewhere where you get that kind of cooperation. I mean, whether it's your public officials, we've been out to the college, of course, with Gardner Webb, and here at the community college through connections through the chamber, and of course a lot of our folks live right here in the community. You know, Some of our employees are involved in the chamber at management level and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got all these great connections to say, okay, you know, coming up, we got a new project. We think we're going to need this skill set. How do we get people trained? And really, how do we let them know? I mean, how do we let them know to come take a look at us as a career?
And if people want to know more information about what you do, or maybe there is someone in high school thinking, hey, I might like to do that, or even someone who is out of work right now that's looking for a new skill set to be educated on, what would be the process that someone would go?
A couple of different things. Come directly to us. I mean, the plant is here in town. Go to our website. If you come out to the plant, check in at the desk, ask to talk to HR, and we'll make some effort to give you all the information we can. But you can go to our website, which is Man Lift Mfg Co, MANLAFT MFGco.com, short for Man Lift Manufacturing, which is easy to understand. And you can have, I hope, the opportunity through your professors here to contact us. And we also have Ultraforce and some of the other staffing agencies in town sort of geared up to help fill needs for us.
And I know that a lot of the bigger industries are using the staffing agents to do that, because it's just an easy thing. They kind of filter through the application process and really feed you the applicants that meet the criteria.
It really, we would have to staff, we have 2 full-time HR folks, and we'd have to staff that so much deeper just to go out and do those things. So it's for us, it's wonderful. Now, on the other hand, everybody should understand when we get somebody, we treat them just like any other employee. We don't really make a distinction between a temp or a staffing person versus someone we hire directly. So you're not at any disadvantage by going that route. So.
I find it really beneficial in our community, because I know if people who are doing a job search, they don't really know where to start. So that's a good place to start, because they already have the information of who has what available. And they already have that relationship with you.
Exactly.
So they know when to plug people in. Well, we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and learn more about Metal Works Manufacturing. We'll see you back in just a few minutes.
Rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it.
Experience the power of art at the Cleveland County Arts Council. It's all here. Exhibits, workshops, classes, lectures, and all kinds of special programs. And by sponsoring such events as the Reel to Reel International Film Festival and the Art of Sound Festivals, the Cleveland County Arts Council has a commitment to bringing art in all its infinite variety to the people of Cleveland County. And you are the one to keep it all going. Make art happen. Support the Cleveland County Arts Council.
Hi, I'm Steve Putnam, and I'd like to invite you to join me for the next Talk of the Town. Each week I get to meet with some of the most interesting people in Cleveland County, and each show is packed with information you need to know to stay connected to our community. From promoting upcoming events to discussing local subjects that impact you, Talk of the Town has a little something for everyone. Plus, we're on every day, so it's easy to catch up with us. That's Talk of the Town, every day, every week, right here on C19 TV, Cleveland County's channel, only on Time Warner Cable.
History books have many things in common. None omit the American Revolution, the Constitution, the story of slavery, but most will, to a degree, omit or ignore the story of religion in our lives. I'm Phil Smith, and I'm the host of a new show on C19 TV, which we call Keeping the Faith. Join my guest and I as we reconsider the role that religion plays here in Cleveland County, as well as throughout America, here on Keeping the Faith. See you soon.
Thank you for coming back to Experience Cleveland County. I am Jackie Sibley Newton, your host, and we've been talking with Phil Sprio with Metal Works Mfg, and talking about what a great community this is to work in, and how the employees there just really take pride in their job and love being an employee there. If someone were considering this as a career, what steps would they really need to take to be employed with Metal Works?
That's a great question, Jackie. We talk about this a lot. While we encourage, of course, education, and we hope that people will be a lifelong learner, right, both in and out of the classroom.
Right.
The truth of it is that college probably isn't for everybody. It's certainly not with the cost of college today, right?
Oh yeah.
So we have a good plan for a lot of folks that says, look, come to us, maybe come into community college, right? You could balance maybe some school and some work life so that you're continuing your education, but in the meantime, you're earning some money and you're earning some skills. You really need to come to decide to put your hands on something, whether it's in a soft side of our business in the accounting department or whether it's in the manufacturing side. We will give you the training. What we're asking for is really just, we want great people. You know, we had a long discussion about this at Manufacturing Day. We would encourage you, come see us, come to your staffing folks, let them know who you are, give them your resume, enroll in, ideally, community college and balance work and school, so you're continuing your education.
Right.
But first and foremost, you need to be a good citizen. You need to be curious. You need to want to learn. You need to want to improve. It's cliche, but showing up is a huge part of it, right?
Showing up on time is a big
it
thing.
It just is, you know, and
Yeah.
we talked about it at Manufacturing Day because we were in the middle of a great run of the football team, and so it was kind of an easy thing to say, but, you know, your people in any kind of team, and we're just a team like any other when we're manufacturing, right? We have to count on you to do your job. We don't want you to do everybody else's job. We don't need you to run out and be a hero. We just need you to be a solid performer. We want to enjoy being around you. You know, the career path in manufacturing should be a great life balance, work balance. It should allow you to meet great people, put in a good hard day, feel good about what you built, you know, as we said, the why of what we do, and learn and continue to improve. And if you start at this level today, you should be able to progress throughout your career. What you bring to it is everything, though. We can train you, but you have to come in the door with...
You have to have the heart and the soul.
You just
and
do.
Be ready.
You got to be committed to being a good citizen, a good teammate, a good person, and wanting the company to be successful. And one of the things we love is we have a great group like that. We really do.
Those that I have met, you really do. They really... they know that if they don't do their part right, they're going to be a weak link in that chain.
Exactly.
So that next person isn't going to be able to do what they need to do if they haven't done theirs.
Yes.
So I sensed that when I was there, and they were very careful about what they were doing and very precise. But I see what you're saying about constantly learning, because the products you make may be completely different next week.
Exactly.
So they have to be able to grow and learn and do different things.
Yep.
And you provide all of that training there on site?
We do. And with 3 brands and 3 different product lines, as work kind of balances, one part's busier, one part's slower, we try to move our folks around. So it really isn't a boring environment at all. I mean, it's constantly evolving.
Constant changing.
Yeah.
Now, would someone need to already have some welding skills before they come to you, or you
Depending
train
on
them from there?
where they are in their career and what our current needs are, we'll take people at different levels. We'll invest training into them, again, if they're the right person, if they're the right fit, if it's a long-term view, we're happy to make that investment. We have some apprenticeship programs and some internship opportunities that we do. We had
that's good.
6 or 7 internships through the whole summer, everything from engineering through IT and sales. To give you an idea.
So are those high school students or college students?
They were predominantly community college.
Okay.
But they could be high school as well, for the right
And that's
people.
a great opportunity to
yes.
really get your hands on and see, before you invest in college, is this really what I want to do?
Exactly.
Can I handle this?
Yeah.
And like, do I want to deal with people? Do I not want to deal with people? What kind of job can I do that fits that personality? Sure. But it's also a great experience because that goes on your resume, that
Absolutely.
I had this experience. I have been there. I have had my hands on it, and I know what I'm doing. Yep. So a lot of good opportunities in internships. And I didn't realize you had that many. 8 is a lot of interns.
Well, we're committed to, I mean, these are our employees of the future, right? So we have to do our part to train them. The community college can do its part.
Yeah.
The high schools can do its part. And as I said, it's always about the people. If they're the right people, you make that investment, you know.
And this community really does work together. I think that I hear that when I'm out the most is, wow, Cleveland County really, they have it together. And our city council, our county commissioners, everybody from the cities to the county levels, they really do what they can to make everything work. And I really hope that is why you chose to come to Cleveland County with what you did.
It's been a big part. It really has. And the folks from commissioner level all the way up to now Speaker Moore, I mean, have been just tremendous.
Yeah, to state level. Yeah. And it's been a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure to meet the employees that work there. When I toured, it was just, you don't go into a manufacturing company and just expect those bright personalities. So I'm telling you, if you want a job at Metal Works, they're looking for positive attitudes. That's for sure.
That's great.
And that's really what you work from.
Yes.
Is to keep the morale high and keep everybody happy at work.
We have a lot of high energy people. We have a lot of people who are really good at what they do. That was never a challenge. We have to overcome the business challenges like any company, but our people are really our best asset. I mean, it's not just a cliche. That's just who we are. So.
And for more information, people can go to the website or just come in and visit and ask for HR and get. Do they get an actual application, or do they just get kind of a background of here's how you get a job?
We can do both.
Okay.
If you're going to spend a little more time, maybe just call ahead for an appointment. But we have 2 folks, Patsy and Dawn, who will both spend a little time. We got to be a little bit careful. Sometimes there's some classified projects going on or something we can't show.
Can't get people in there, right?
But we do want the community to be out there and participate. And of course, if you're serious about it, if you're really thinking about it as a career, we'll be happy to talk to you.
Okay, and otherwise they could also check with the local staffing agencies.
Yes.
Are you working with all of them? I know that there's
really
3 I think of. Yeah.
Yes, and we're working with all of them.
Okay. So, well, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate that.
We love to talk about the company.
And I love learning about it. I really am getting some new knowledge about the new product lines that you've offered.
Good.
And so it just keeps changing and keeps growing. And,
it does.
And that keeps people working.
Yep,
So,
that's the goal.
and thank you for watching Experience Cleveland County. I want to remind you that there is a county website for events. If you're looking for things to see and do, or you have guests coming into town and you want to show them a good time while they're here, clevelandcountyevents.com is the website for all of the county events. If you're hosting an event or organizing an event, whether it's a small event or a huge festival, you can enter your own information on that website. It's also available on tourclevelandcounty.com and on the Chamber's website, clevelandchamber.org. But we definitely want you to start using that events calendar for the county, and we've shown that it's been a great success to share all the information of things that there are to see and do. And we'll see you next time on Experience Cleveland County.